So this week we're going to be looking at something a little bit different in that instead of looking at a production aircraft, we're actually going to be looking at a prototype, specifically the Fine Mold's 1/48 scale KA-14 kit. KA-14 is the prototype for what would ultimately become the A5M for the Japanese Navy. So let's open this kit up. Now this kit is basic, but what they do with it is phenomenal. Here we have the upper and lower wing halves, and hopefully the detailing on these will show up on camera. It's very finely done. Just some of the best I have the opportunity to see. Moving on to the engine. Again, for out of the box, this is without a doubt one of the best detailed kits I've gotten. Hopefully, the detail here on the engine will show up on camera, but there's a lot of detail just molded in right out of the gate, which is phenomenal. And why this kit does not have a lot of parts, like I said, they do a lot with the parts they have. The only area I would say could use some improvement is here on the kit's pilot figure, as the casting isn't all that great, but again, detail is phenomenal. Moving on, we have our fuselage halves and cockpit details. Again, phenomenal detailing. Now, interestingly, they chose to do the sidewalls of the cockpit as separate parts, which you can see here. I personally like this, as it does allow you to paint up in detail the parts a little bit easier, and that you can get into all the little nooks and recesses without having to obviously do anything. In addition, if you want to do your own details, it saves you the hassle of having to remove the molded in details. So great job for Fine Molds on that front. Overall, like I said, the detailing on this kit is phenomenal. So, last but not least, obviously, our little windscreen, nicely done. Now, the markings that it comes with are pretty limited, as obviously it's a prototype, so they're not going to have all the production markings. In addition, it's a Japanese aircraft, and aside from the roundel, it's been my experience they really did not have a whole lot of individual markings or stencils or what have you. So you're given all the roundels you need. Use them or paint your own. Moving on to the instructions, and this is where I wish I spoke a red Japanese, or they included a translation. It talks about Japanese aviation history, I'm going to assume, and basically a lot of the development of the KA-14. So on to the actual building of the kit. Like I said, it's simple, and build is somewhat straightforward, with the exception here in the cockpit, as there is a lot of little parts that do need to go together. They also give you the option of either going with a decal instrument panel or a molded on, and actually want to pay special attention to that. Take it apart. Unscrew again. Hopefully some of the detail will show up, and I doubt it will, but yeah, all the little dials are molded in and properly to scale. Something you really don't see with the molded on versions, and more so see with photo etched, which is phenomenal. So, like I said, you do build up the cockpit into sort of this little tub frame, which I personally like, as it allows you to get all the details before you slap everything together. And yeah, I mean, with the detail areas are where you are going to probably have, if you're going to have an issue with this kit, it's going to be there. But once you do build it, it's going to look phenomenal. And yeah, for something that you really don't see it all that often, this kit is a phenomenal example. Obviously, since it, as I said, prototype, so only one marking option. But obviously, there's plenty of room. You can have some fun with it if you want. So overall, I can't recommend this kit enough. It's a phenomenal kit. It has tremendous amounts of detail. Would love to see Fine Molds do other aircraft subjects, as if this is the level they're going to put in, then that could easily become the out-of-box company to go with, as the detailing is great, and just yeah, they did a phenomenal job with this kit. So that was a look at Fine Mold's 1/48 scale KA-14. Tremendously well done kit. If you're interested in Japanese aircraft or aircraft in general, I'd say definitely get this kit. Until next time.